died direct.
Just died on the spot.
Oh, very dangerous. Heart attack.
Yes, yes. Actually, he was doing brush.
Okay.
At the same time, he fell down and died.
This is big issue right now in our society.
Actually, this type of death is this type of pattern is making, and death is increasing like by 50%. So yesterday I watched one observation uh, that was presented by ICMR, Indian Medical Councils. So Medical Council is researching about this matter because a lot of heart attack is being happened in our society. So in India, and there was mentioned uh, age about 50, heart attack rate im- increased by 50%, and aged about 40, heart attack rate increased by 25%. So on this matter, ICMR is now researching, and next coming 2 months, the result will come. It is very serious matter. No one know when is going to be death, at what moment is the last moment of the life.
Actually, after COVID,
Hello.
this type of thing happened. Right?
Yeah, after COVID, 50% rate heart attack rate increase. 50%. It is very important data.
Right now, no any solution. In COVID time,
Actually, on this type of cases, there is no chance to be cured. There is no chance to be go to doctors because before heart attack you don't know about your disease. Because there is no sign about the heart attack suddenly suddenly coming and getting heart attack.
no, I think
Heart become collapse.
maximum doctor said that no, it's something is signing in our body, but maximum people ignore this.
Mhm.
Acute pain in our heart is going on.
But there was no pain. If you have pain in your heart, you cannot be just bear. You will say with someone that I have heart pain or someone. So I think there was no pain. There is two type of heart attack happen. One is before heart attack, there would be pain in your heart. There would be uh, like क्या बोलते हैं उसको, हाथ में जो है झंझनाहट रहेगा ऐसा. But in some cases there is no sign.
It's really very big issue. solution right now. Yes, sir.
Sorry.
There is no any solution right now.
Yes, yes, yes. Actually, awareness is the solution of this disease. Time to time, you should to check up your body. Then it can be find out the disease can be find out and it can be cured.
Yes, but maximum general people have no more money. That's why the reason maximum people.
No matter money, if you have money or not, if you have money, if you are rich people, just you are ignoring, avoiding to go to doctor without any cause. So I think it is in our society until you are not feeling problem, you are not going to doctor. Okay. So, and particularly in the particularly in village areas, this is the mentality. People would not go to doctor. He was not a poor people. He was maintained his family. Uh, he was well maintained, I can say, because one son is a contractor and one lady is government teacher in his family. So I think there was no shortage of money, but there was no chance.
That is very big issue.
Yes, sir.
Within
People of my village were shocked because back to back two deaths happened in 1 week. One was of 20 and he was to जो है about 70, but he was well healthy. He was looking healthy. That is why people were shocked to see this matter. What happened automatically before 5 minutes? He was very good person, and before 5 minutes, though, nobody can imagine that this thing would be happen coming time. So because he was healthy person and was just taking brush in the morning, and he was friend of my father. He was very close to my family. Like he was a family member of my family. So it is very sad to our family also.
any work or one farmer.
Mhm.
He was he was farmer or other work or other works doing.
Actually, at this age, he was not doing anything.
Yes, yes.
In his age, I and like in his young age, he was contractor of PWD.
Okay. He
Okay.
was ठेकेदार in his
Yes, yes.
in,
ठेकेदार थे PWD के. He never did a farming work.
yes.
Was busy in contractor work always. But he left.
I have also seen one example. This is also in morning time happen.
Mhm. 1 minute, sir. 1 minute.
So I think heart attack increasing day by day in our society. it is very great for us how to control this. I also message to Viverji, where is Viverji? Brenda will also join, I think. Till now we see that Surya sir, only
Mhm.
winter time our old people has a doubt how can they survive. But right now, any season it doesn't matter.
Yes, yes.
See that a lot of old people died in our winter season.
Yes, winter season is very difficult to the old people.
Please join me, Ji. Good morning. Oh, yes, yes. But right now, due to heart attack, it's really very bad for our society. Yes, sir. Many person died. No, practically we see that a lot of film industry during I like a lot of film star doing gym and during gym time they died.
Sorry?
A lot of film stars died
Yes,
as, as like due to heart attack during gym
yes,
and
yes.
so when I say people are poor or rich,
Actually, death pattern of this type is happening in India, but very uh, common. Like we have seen a lot of video. Like one person was dancing and dancing, and once he stopped and fell down, he died. And one person was going to gym. As he reached in his gym, he fell down in the floor. Yes, he fell down and died. So the pattern of this type of death is happening in India. It is very common, becoming very common. So it is tension to Indian government, and this should be taken some research on this matter.
and direct no any clue find out what's the cause.
Yes, yes. Without giving any sign, any kind of sign, uh, but suddenly get heart attack.
There is no any solution right now. Yes, sir. What's the reason? Why
Yes,
heart attack?
we must to our government must to find out the reason why it is happening after COVID. After COVID, 50% heart attack rate increased. So why? Is this COVID disease or is this vaccination of COVID vaccine? Actually, Pankaj sir, any vaccine to preparation, it is generally it is taking 7 years to complete the research.
Yeah,
But
approximately years.
unfortunately, government has to give permission, apatkalin permission. emergency permission has to given by the government to vaccinate the people of India for COVID. So it, I think the vaccination of COVID also make the role for this disease. Hmm?
Yes, right now we have no idea, but this is happen after COVID. Doesn't matter what the cause. Yes, sir.
Generally, any vaccine, if you are searching, if you will search on the Google, what time it will take to complete any kind of vaccine to make. So it will say that 7 years must be take for vaccinating some people and putting them our observation. It must be putting them observation in 7 years. So there was no time government for the government because COVID disease was spreading worldwide like a fire, a wildfire. So there was necessary to control the disease. So that is why government has to give permission to vaccinate the people of India. So maybe
Hi, Brenda. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Tapasya and Surrender.
Right now you are traveling or reach home.
good morning.
Good morning.
Your
No,
sound is
I
not.
am in the home.
Oh, you reached home.
I am in the home.
Oh, that's good because traveling time, blind season is also very difficult. So, Brenda, which topic we will discuss? Any idea?
Mm,
Sundar sir,
Yes, Pankaj.
which
Choose
topic?
your any topic for discussion.
Sorry.
Choose, please. I'm not finding any topic.
Okay. Brenda, you have any idea?
Let me think one topic.
Because yesterday we discussed regarding banking sector, but you have no more idea. That's why it will be good to, if you will select, then we have no any objection. Yes, Sundar
Yes, yes.
No, it's no problem for me talking about the other topic. First, I hear what you're talking about, and maybe if you talking not for other topic, I try to comment.
Can we discuss season? Will you okay? Right now in our society face a lot of summer season. Yes,
Yes.
so people are very difficult right now due to
But
a lot of
some
summer.
in some country there is only one season.
Yes, Brenda, can you say something regarding which type of season you enjoy in your country whole year? Which type?
Okay. Mm, Actually, I prefer maybe mm, the summer season. It's okay, but actually, I am allergic to the flowers. And in summer season or spring season, I am sick with the flowers because maybe 3 or 4 years ago, the flowers produced me allergy, but I don't know why because in the past I am no allergy. I don't know what is the difference today, but actually I am allergic to the flowers.
So which
And actually I need a face face mask when I visit for example, my brother living in the village. It's a little houses, no much population, living in the same state, in the same city, but it's in other place. And there is no lot of house. It's a free land with all has, and it's grow out much flower. And when I visit my brother, I use a face mask because I am allergic to the flowers. And the sensation to use mass flowers with is living with the same era with the COVID. My favorite season is the spring because it's not a cool and it's not a hot, and the air is more beautiful because some trees had flowers and different animals are flying, and and the it's more natural for me the spring. And I like the spring because I born in a spring. It's my birthday in spring. But yeah, in my city have difference, have all season, but no snow in my city. No snow, and the climate or the weather is different because in the same day you you can you can have the different season. In the morning it's cool, in the middle of the day it's a hot, and in the night maybe can rain. It's a mix of season in the day in my city. Maybe it's because live near to the beach, and maybe live near to the beach. It's a different weather because maybe the air it's cool.
Suppose Brenda, we know that in our 1 year means 12 months. So can you distribute which how many months you enjoy one season? Because you told us you have winter season, so- spring season, and summer season. Yes.
Yes.
So whole year, if you want to distribute, then how many months one season is that year?
Okay.
And which month? Suppose right now, I think it's a summer season in also in your country. Yes.
Yes.
So summer season will continue till which month?
Okay. The next season is maybe the next season is this month is a summer. Maybe the next season is a winter.
Hello, everybody.
And hello.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Morning, sir.
Morning, morning.
Sir, today we are discussing regarding our season. You know that in our society we enjoy winter season, summer season, spring season, rain season also.
What kind of season is right now there in most of the India? Summer season, right?
Yes, sir. Right now summer season is going on.
Okay.
So, Surendra sir, please say something regarding this today's topic season.
Yes, sir. Thank you. As we are Indian, we are fortunate to having many type of season in the world. Many countries has only one season or two seasons. So we are having summer season, winter season, spring season, so autumn season also, and rainy season. Now it is going summer season. So all the seasons have the importance uh, in the role of like villagers or farmers. So summer season has also the role. Summer season is for poor people. Like if if poor people there are poor, they can live anywhere. They can sleep, and without the clothes, they can live. But in winter season, they cannot live without clothes, without homes. So for the homeless people, is better. And winter season is also winter season has some importance. Like in winter season, there are crop vegetables and wheat crop and lot of grains to the farmers. So winter season is very important to the farmers also. And rainy season, most of the I think I like rainy season. Rainy season is better to all of the seasons because I am living in village. I am related to village farmer family. So rainy season is very good for the farmer, for all the Indian people also, because all economy depends of Indians, India government depend on the farming sector, as we are called uh, farming country. So country of farmers. So it is depend upon the how rain is going on, how if there is dry in the rainy season, the crops would be destroyed. So if sometime it comes very heavy rain, due to very heavy rains, there is flood also. We have to face back to back 2 years. So our totally crop destroyed due to heavy rain. It was flooded. So and spring season is for the like very famous, like spring season, no more hot, no more cold, and all around the, if you are looking your environment, there is flower. So I think spring season is very good for the walking and roaming person. So enjoying, for the enjoying, spring season is better. So I think uh, I have completed. I'm not getting anymore.
Thank you, Sundar sir. You provide a lot of idea regarding how to develop this vision. So now I request to Vivek ji, please say something regarding our today's topic, vision. Yes, Vivek ji, please unmute. Hello.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, you are 100% audible. Please continue, Vivek ji.
Okay, thank you. So, very lucky because we have summer, winter, and at our native place. So it is so uh, related have different type of seasons like summer season. At present time, we have faced there is so much hotness in the sometimes when we go out from our some relax because hotness hotness in the so much winter season because mosquitoes in the atmosphere. It is very our digestive system work properly how we eat in winter season, and also in winter season there is no any here or there. We can sleep anywhere, room, because there is no hotness. So only we have only blankets वगैरह. So we house because at our more cold, and a lot of mud, and we feel very rain, but it is better to grow two type of crop, and the second is we plant because it take much more starting to end. So it is very important to rain for it this, but for it doesn't have take
I think that's why the reason Vivek is left now. So yes, today our topic is season. So we know that in our country, season is divided. We enjoying every year four seasons. So 3 months we enjoy one season. I like winter season, spring season, summer season, autumn season, and maximum farmers has I like two season. One we call I like Rabi crop, and second is I like Kharif crop. But naturally we seen that every season has every season role is very good regarding our nature, because practically we seen that a lot of fruits available in our winter season, and a lot of different type of fruits is available in our summer season. So every season is very important regarding our nature. Our farmers is also doing this type of which crop is good regarding our winter season, and which crop is good regarding our summer season. So it's really very good for our country. We enjoy every year fourth season. Yes, sometimes we see that suppose in rainy season a lot of place first flood problem. But good morning, Jamanji.
And good morning. Good morning to everyone.
So
Sorry for
Jamanji, today we discussing regarding season. So
sorry.
season, I like
Six,
rainy season, winter season, summer season. Yes.
six season in Bangladesh.
So I request you please say something regarding our today topic season. Yes, Jamanji.
Oh, me?
Yes, yes, you.
Okay. So thank you for giving me chance to say something about season. Uh, Actually, in Bangladesh there are six season. Okay, six season: rainy season, uh, summer, winter, then autumn, late autumn, and spring. This six season in Bangladesh. So in this six season, only rainy season, then summer and winter is actually it is very affected. Other season, that is autumn, late autumn, it is very difficult to recognize. Okay, but now you can say rainy season. Rainy season is heavy rain. Okay, I've few years ago I have seen, but last 2 3 years I have observed in rainy season. No, there is no heavy rain. Okay, maybe like 5 6 years ago I have seen rainy season means every day almost little bit rain. Sometimes it is heavy rain, cats and dogs, and sometimes it is drizzling. But last 2 3 years I have observed a rainy season means maybe every after 1 week, one day rain for half an hour. Okay, and maybe it is drizzling actually, not heavy rain. Okay, that's why in Bangladesh we have lost our lot of rivers. Bangladesh, it was known as a riverine country, but now we have lost a lot of rivers. This is one reason. Another reason is, India, actually, Mamata Banerjee, she is not giving our part. Uh, okay. That's why our Jamna is right. Okay. We are not getting our, which is accordingly deed we will get more. According to international rule, we have to get more water, but they are not giving us. That's why we are facing a huge problem. Our some area, it is day by day it is becoming dry. Okay, and within this season, most most winter, because winter season means it, it is very preferable season for me because you can use cloth whatever you choice. Okay, you can wear it according to your choice, and you can go here and there, and there is uh, no rain, no problem. You can go here and there. And that's why, and in winter season in our country, there are a lot of cakes, which is known as pitha. So that's why actually I like this. But autumn, late autumn is favorable to those are a poet. Okay, those are poet. They like for they get elements to write have poem. Okay, so that's why. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamanji. You provide a lot of idea regarding season. Now I humble request to Amarnath sir, please say something, sir, regarding our today topic season, because you enjoy our Indian season and USA season. So please, sir.
Sure. So basically, in the United States, we have generally in most of the country 4 seasons, and the reason is um, it's I'm not too much familiar with geographical terms, but it seems that the countries who are above the equator, normally they have this kind of pattern, weather pattern. So if you are closer to, let's call it, north uh, mm, uh, side, you have winter season, and gradually it becomes less cold. But if you are from the bottom south, then it's more summer hot, and then gradually it becomes mild. And I think India, Bangladesh, all these are kind of countries sitting on the equator. In general, like Bihar, Bihar, Eastern UP, Bengal, they are on that one. But on the other hand, other factor for the weather is the elevation of the areas. How higher you are above the sea level. So, for example, Kashmir, Himachal, Uttarakhand, Kathmandu, some of the areas, they have similar weather pattern like we see in the United States. I have I have lived in Kashmir because I was studying my engineering there for 5 years, and I was shocked when I came to this country that uh, exactly the weather are same, trees are the same fruits which you can grow there, like apple, you can grow. They are grown in plenty here, and houses in India. I didn't see any other places wooden house like normally in our place. You see cement, concrete, the house, but or the mud house. But in the Srinagar area, all the houses are built from woods. So all the internal structures are normally woods, and very little brickwork is done, maybe in the foundation. And of course their roofs will be not flat but at an angle. And the reason is that in the winter months, when the snowfall happens, snow can easily fall. Otherwise, if you have a flat roof like Bihar, UP, imagine what will happen. For 3 4 months, that load a building has to take, and building most likely would collapse. So it was very interesting for me, my observation when I came. And that is the condition for many, many areas, but not all the areas. For example, California, Mexico, which is next to it, they have different weather. There are very, very hot areas like Arizona, where I also have lived. It's worse than Rajasthan, you can call it. It's more closer to the Gulf countries than normal place. So going back to where I am living right now, New Jersey, New York. I have lived in New York too. These are the two states I have lived on this side many, many years, almost half the time in this side. So we experience four different weathers, just like I said, Srinagar. So you have spring, full of flower, germination begins, and then you have summer for 4 months, and then we call it after summer we have fall season, when all the trees they start kind of becoming yellowish, oranges, all kind of beautiful color, and kind of all the leaves start falling. That's why they call it fall, I guess. And that is the season when normally uh, colleges season begins. Like you start with the season like August, September. All the international students, or even here, academic session begins in August and September in most of the colleges. And then it's fall. After fall is the winter, which is basically snowy months. So these are the four seasons we have. So that's one thing. But I would say that California, Mexico has more closer weather to India than this place. Similar type, shorter. And Other thing is that India has a shorter duration because we call it 6 seasons. So naturally, you have 2 months only. Here it is 4 seasons, so you have 4 times 3 3 months of season. So that is the one thing. I wanted to say. Second thing is that winter is very, very hard here. You have a lot of snows. So especially now this year was very mild, but in some portion of New York it's very 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 couple of months every day. You go to work in the morning when you get up, you have to in your yard you have to clear the snow yourself from your driveway to get out of your driveway to the your street road. And of course, street road is cleaned by municipality here. So they would come in the truck or trailer. They will have machine, snow blowing machine, and they will clear it. All the roads are cleared that way, and then people, so business doesn't stop. Of course, you have to dress very heavily. You have to warm up your car for a couple of a few minutes, so that for two reasons is that you have to warm inside of the car, so you heat it on or also defrost it for those two reasons. So people turn the car on, leave it on for a few minutes, and then you clear the snow from the car, and then now you are ready to drive on the road. So that's the life in the winter here. All other three seasons are pretty much mild, and rain happens here pretty much almost in all the seasons. Like even now, we have a spring season right now here, and we have seen rain. I see even in the winter rain and fall rain. So water perspiration is quite high in this kind of weather. So naturally, because of that, you will see a lot more greenery. Like if you go to Himachal Pradesh or Kashmir, you see more greenery because they get a lot more waterfall. So that's what is observation. Couple of other things I wanted to say, but before I forget, one very interesting is in India. Indian names are many names are on the people take based on these six seasons. Like Basant is a common name, Sisir is a common name, Sarad is a common name, Barsa is a common lady's name. What else I missed? Hemant is a common name. And I have to ask this question if Jaman is there, that uh, we have the same culture. Why Muslim community in the India or Indian subcontinent have difficulty accepting the secular names like seasons? We also have names like after rivers, for example, Ganga, Yamuna. You have many other rivers. It's very common name. Mountains are common name. So like Sagar is the for the ocean. We call it Sagar. Sagar is a common name. And I know that you guys are very linguistic because you guys have in 1952 a linguistic movement to preserve when Urdu was forced on Bangladesh as a national, as a Pakistani national language. Then students rose up against that one. But if think, I think this is equally the cultural part. I mean, we may be Hindu, Muslim, Christian, whatever it is, but our cultural continuity is the same. We have not changed. For your information, Jamir, the Vedas was not developed not started in India. It actually, the Rig Vedas was, I was one day talking, you were not here. Rig Veda was, which is the most ancient book on all of our, I mean,
Oh, I think due to network he has lost. Pankaj ji,
Yes, Jamanji, I think sir will join soon.
yeah, due to network maybe he has lost. Okay, hopefully he will join very soon.
Yes, so after comes sir, you can enter him. So now I request Vivekji. Vivekji, due to network issue, you left during your speech. So please continue now. Yes, Vivek. Please unmute Vivek ji and try to say something.
I think Vivek ji is not available. He is maybe somewhere. Okay.
I think network issue problem in morning season, morning time.
Oh,
So Brenda, you told us you enjoy. Yes, now Amarnath sir also joined. So Damaji, you understand the question of Amarnath sir?
okay. Okay. Sorry.
You understand the question of Amarnath sir? If you want to
Uh,
say something, please.
Okay. Okay. Am I audible now?
yeah, you are audible.
Oh, okay. So my question to I gave you a few examples of naming, and I told you that how the culture of the Indian subcontinent is the same. If you there has been a lot of tests. If you do the DNA test study from people from all the way from Chennai, Kerala to Srinagar to Afghanistan to Bangladesh, Nepal, there has been a lot of studies of DNA, and you will find that DNA is pretty much same. I mean, more or less, there is slightly variation. So that tells you that our roots are the same biologically. Number one, culturally, also roots are the same because we all are speaking the language which is coming out of Sanskrit. It's not if you study the languages, you will see that in the world there are three, four different variation of the languages. One is like Chinese, Japanese type of language. They are more of a sign language. So basically, they have developed the sign. It doesn't have any correlation with phonetics. So pronunciation, like whatever is written and whatever they say, is two different things. So you have to memorize the pictures. Then when you can speak. Um, we fall, all our languages fall in Indo-European languages, and I don't know if you have familiarity with that. So basically, right in your area in Bengal, when the Britishers were there, they were surprised to see that Indian languages are phonetically very close to European languages. So they become curious, and then they developed they try to understand, so they started Bengali, studying Bengali and Sanskrit. And once they got deeper into it, um, there were scholars brought from the England, Germany, those who were very familiar with Latin. And then they come to a conclusion that it's Latin and Sanskrit, which is a root, I mean, mother language of Indian languages, and Latin, which is the mother language of European language. And that's why we call them Indo. All the languages of Europe to India are called, or Bangladesh now, are called Indo-European languages. They have a common connection. They are phonetically the same. Whatever we say, we write it that way. Either it is ABCD or IE, but our pronunciations are based on they have a very strong correlation of the words. So that is not the case in the Japanese or Chinese. And Arabic I don't know much about, but they are in different category. So we fall in the middle category. So linguistically we are all the same people. Culturally, I explained to you. Also, we have the same weather pattern. We have been living there for such a long time. And then, like I said, that the ancient Afghanistan language was Sanskrit. That is where the first Vedic culture developed, and then it spread other places. So culturally, also we have the same common roots. And then another thing to note is that religion comes and goes. For example, in the 25 3,000 years of religion, you see If I take just an example of Afghanistan, the Afghanistan was first nomadic. Once they developed the Vedic culture, ancient Aryan culture, which is in Rig Veda. And then later on, when Buddha came, then it became Buddhist culture. So you see that all the thanks to Buddhist culture that they developed Gandhara art, which made Afghanistan and Indian subcontinent famous. All the art you see with this type of time, it's so famous, sculpture. And then after that, Islam came. So you see that only in the 5,000 years we have changed three, four times different religion, but we are the same people. So my question is that why I see that in India, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Pakistan, why can't they keep the Sanskrit names? That's the question. You don't have to answer it today. Maybe you can answer this one when you have little understanding of it. Give me a good, I'm curious.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Amarnath. Actually, I am not history student. Okay, one thing. Then I have not good knowledge about this thing. But among your questions, I can give you little bit idea, especially our name, how is your name? Today, name it is depend upon the religion in our South Asian country. Okay, and not only South Asian country. If you go out of Europe, all over the countries, they are following their own culture, own name. Like India, they are following the maximum those are Hindu culture. They are living, trying to in not only in India, Bangladesh, and they are keeping their name according to their religion. Those are Muslim. They are trying to keep their name according to their religion. So it is depend upon the this thing. So as you told me, asked me that is uh, your Ganga when it is came to Bangladesh, then it became our Padda. Okay, then there is in some other river. So actually, this is what can I like your Indian Ocean. Okay, the same our part. It is known as Bay of Bengal. Okay, so every country has kept their different name for identification. When you mention you are in Indian Ocean, then everybody can realize, yeah, where you are. Okay, when you say I'm in Bay of Bengal, then easily everybody can recognize where you are. So that's why actually this has happened. Okay, and the some area also like if you go Arab Ocean, then you can see Arab Ocean nature is not like Indian and Bay of Bengal nature is far away. Okay. And in Gulf area, I mean Arab Sea, that is their sea always showing there is no rain, but there is always very rough. Okay, always. And there is an so far in little bit no, I have little bit knowledge, and that I heard that is their wind blowing in same way. Okay, always like in our country, it is sometime it is coming from the southern, sometime it is northern. It depends upon the season. But in Arabian country, in Gulf country, their wind always blowing in the same direction. So their sea nature also, that's why according to their wind blowing, that's why it is very rough. Okay, so and as you told me, our route is same. but our uh, religion. Okay, religion actually, those are Islamic scholar, they can give this type of answer. But I know little bit idea, that is when actually very earlier season, earlier, maybe, if you go 700 or 800 years ago, you can see maximum people in this country, they were fishermen, then farmer. Okay, at that time, because there was no any other work. So at that time, people was not cautious about their religion, and especially in this South, Indian area, maximum people were Hindu culture, a little bit person was Muslim culture, and some parts are also in Buddhist. But after after that, when the some Islamic scholar like Shah Jalal Rahmatullah, Shahban Rahmatullah, like that, this type of Islamic uh, famous man, they came to Middle East, to this area, and they talk, and they expressed, they told about Islam, and people can realize, yes, Islam is this and this, and they chose this religion, and they converted to Muslim. And it is happening all over the world still now. Those are actually wants to know what is Islam. When they are studying in Islam, they are, one day they are becoming Muslim, because it is our Quran. It is very clear. Okay, everybody, if anybody wants to know, if he study on the Quran, then they can realize it very clearly. And okay, and as you asked me, I will try to know something about this. If I will know something, then I will let you know. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Thank you. I mean, the reason I ask is that you in the Bengali, you guys have very strong affinity and very high regard for your own culture. You guys are famous for that one, more than Indians. And I know very well that we celebrate one international day for those Bangladeshis who died, I think, in 52 or 54. I don't remember which year was that.
Yeah,
The Bimhum.
yeah.
Huh?
It is
Yeah,
52, 1952, 21st February 1952.
yeah.
At,
Okay,
at that,
so those of you who don't know, what happened is that Pakistan was trying to push Urdu on them,
yeah, I'm,
and Bangladeshi youth, they rejected that. They wanted Bengali to stay the language of the East Pakistan, and then Pakistani were banned on no by hook and crook. They wanted to impose Urdu. So young blood they rose against that, and then there was a lot of shooting by the government forces. A lot of students were killed, and that bloodshed continued for a while, and finally the Pakistani government yielded that okay, Bangla will also remain the language of the uh,
East Pakistan.
that time East Pakistan. Okay, this is what happened. Okay,
Yeah.
so that thing, Bangladesh has very high respect. For example, Bangladeshi airlines is called Bangladeshi Biman. Biman is a Sanskrit word for many of you who don't know. So they have Bengali has borrowed almost 60-70% of their word vocabulary comes from Sanskrit, which is same for all over the India, almost same level. So that's why I have very high respect for Bengali people for the way they love their language and they try to preserve their culture. So that's one thing. Now, second part is that I can understand that the religious names, for example, You have Muhammad, you have all your Khalifas on their name. Uh, mm, uh, you name after, that's fine, because same thing is done in every religion. All the disciples of Jesus, they are the common name in all the Christian countries. Similarly, all the avatar is a common name in Hindu religion. But besides that, in all the religions, especially even in the Arabic, they had many names which was not related to religion. They were taken up from the uh, what you call the a secular society, based on their what they have been known for long time. For example, uh, for sun they call aftal, right? And similarly, for the moon, I'm forgetting the name, aftab. And what is the moon? Can anybody tell me what is in Urdu? Maybe Surinder can tell me.
Sun.
Mahtab, I think it is Mahtab, Aftab and Mahtab. Yes, that's what it is. So you see that these two names were in the Saudi Arabia. From there, it traveled all the way, and now we are adopting in India as well as in Bangladesh by Muslim community. But if you look at it, for sun, we have at least 50 names in our culture. Similarly, for moon, sun and moon, I mean, I'm just giving you two words. We have many of them. So while Arabic people are preserving their culture by keeping the names which are part of their not a religion but kind of geography, or the ancient language cultural roots they have been calling. We in Indian subcontinent, in the name of religion, losing our own identity. That is what is the question I wanted to see, that what is the Bangladeshi cultural scholars have to say about that. And the reason I say that, I would not ask this question to Pakistan, because they are banned on everything which has nothing not come from Islam. Even if it has originated in Pakistan, they disown it, right? But you guys have a different history. You guys have respect for your ancient culture. Same thing with we see in the other Muslim country, Indonesia, that they are very much very proud of their ancient culture. They don't simply say that, oh, ancient is all bad. Anything starts with Islam, from the Muhammad time is the Hijri Sambat. That's the only thing valid. And they preserve, like, many temples they are restoring there right now. And you will be surprised to see almost all the Indonesian names have some portion of it in Sanskrit, like Sukarno, Suharto. These were the political leaders, like of the Nehru time or Mujibur Rahman time, even before that one, I would say. And if you listen to their name, they would be more closer to Sanskrit than anything else. So similarly, the reverse name, like you said, that yes, we call it Ganga in India, but let's say, for example, Ganga becomes, I think it becomes in Bangladesh Padma, right? Is that
Podda.
true?
Podda.
I thought Padma is Bangladeshi river or not? Just explain to me that one.
Yeah, Podda. In Bangladesh part it is Podda, and Indian
Okay.
part is Ganga.
Ganga. So basically, it's the same river. We call it Ganga, you call it Padma. And the point is that we actually, in India, we have both names, because Padma is also, since it is a previous part of the Bangla uh, portion of the country. So it's very common name. Padma is also very common name you find. Like Ganga has many other names, which is also commonly used as a name. Like I can give you like Bhagirathi, and like that. Similarly, Yamuna has so many names. Kalindi is another name of Yamuna. So all reverse names, season's name, your ocean's name. Ocean, for example, you said ocean. Like ocean word is sagar, which is very common name in India. You'll find it. Not I'm talking about Hind Mahasagar. It is sagar.
Saga.
So again, it is like more of a root cultural question, that why these names in the Muslim community we are not continuing to have? That is my question. It is a cultural question mostly, nothing to do with religion.
Okay. Uh,
Thank you.
Mr. Amarnath, as you told me about our history, that in 1952, I wanna say something. Okay, 2 or 3 minutes on the
Sure.
base of our. Everybody knows. And now International Mother's Language Day is 21st February, right?
Right.
So it's why it is why our United Nations chose this day. I mean, 21st February. There is a reason. Okay, Bangla is the only one language. Bangla is the only one language. For this language, s- people has sacrificed their blood. That is Bangla only all over the world. Okay, and it was happened in 1952. And at once we was under the British. When British left this country, then it was divided into two, India and Pakistan. And Pakistan was two part, west part and east part. We was under the East Pakistan. Okay. Then, Pakistan government, they have had declared Urdu will be only one language all over the Pakistan. Then it was actually those are actually our students, younger bloods, laborers, uh, all, uh, all kinds of people. Okay, they raise their hands. No, Bangla is our mother tongue, so we will not leave the Bangla. Bangla will be our language. Urdu will be West Pakistan language, and East Pakistan language will be Bangla. Then Pakistan government shoot and mob, and lot of people was died. Okay. After that, um, Pakistan government became bound to uh, uh, become bound to, what can I say? It is become agree to give order again. Yeah, Bangla Bangla will be West Pakistan language, and Urdu will be East Pakistan language. So by this time we have lost huge number of people. They have had sacrificed their blood, and somebody was injured. Okay, so it was a history, and that's why our United Nation they chose this day, uh, and it was declared all over the world. Uh, but I had found one day, I do not like to mention. One day I was talking with some one guy. He's Western countries people. He don't know anything about mother language day. Okay, so this is actually happened. People are not interested to know the history. Okay, though I'm not. Uh, I'm also one of them, but some reason should be known. And now people are wants to know about Facebook, other things, lot of things, but they are not interested to what is the root, what is the base, why this is happening. Okay, so they don't know. And as you told, sorry,
Continue. You are listening.
okay, as you told me, told us that is our Bangladeshi culture. Okay, yeah, Bangladeshi culture actually, Bangladeshi culture and Indian culture, it is almost same. You can very you cannot find more different. Okay, you cannot differentiate. Especially if you compare your Uttar Pradesh, your West Bengal, your Kolkata, this area and Bangladesh, it is 100% same culture, 100% same culture. And other part it may be little different, but our root, our base, everything is same. Okay. Oh yeah. And if you can say you are cloth wearing a cloth, okay, it is almost same. Or maximum people are like if you go in Western country, then you can see their younger child. They are not willing to live together. Okay, they are living in, and they are not living with their parents. They are living in different way. But in Indian culture, Bangladeshi culture, Pakistani culture, Nepal, in our South Asian country, our we like to stay with our parents our whole life. Okay, we are not thinking we will live together. Uh, yeah, we are live separately. We are not thinking like that. We always living together. Actually, we are habituated in this way, and this is true. But one is another is true. That is now we can see last few years, our country they are following some younger people. They are following the Indian, Western culture. They are becoming Western culture, like, and they are not willing to stay with their parents. When they get married, they want to live separately. Here is some our young girls, those are actually uh, a little bit educated nowadays. They are not willing to stay with uh, their, I mean, father-in-law and mother-in-law and others. They are not willing. They want to live separately, and they are telling it is matter of privacy. Actually, it is not matter of privacy. It's a totally Western culture. And in this base, I'm very happy to know India strongly hold it. They are till now they like to live in joint family. It is very common in India. So there are a lot of good sign in this area. Okay, but problem is that somebody they are trying to make it Western culture. They are they're showing they are very smart. If they follow the Western culture, uh, this is actually what can I say? Uh, I think they want to leave their route. Okay, they don't like to uh, follow their route. They don't like to shikar kora. Actually, I don't know. Agree to with their route. That is the problem.
Yep. Thank you for yeah. I tell you one more interesting story. That I hope Brinda is not getting bored with our this topic. We diverted completely from sea
Okay.
and
No, no, no. For me, no, for me it's okay. Learning about the other culture. For me it's
yeah,
okay.
good.
I only listen.
Okay.
Be careful.
Yeah, all right. So I have two incidents to tell you. One is that I think maybe 3 or 4 years back, I was living in Albany, which is a capital of New York State. Many people think that New York City is the capital of New York State. I also always thought that, well, before coming to this country. And in fact, I lived here for a few years when I was living in New York. Then I came to know that, oh, New York City is not the capital of New York State. Uh, Albany is a little bit north of New York City. That is the capital. But two things there: it is very cold, and in the winter season, all you see is the uh, snow, and which I was explaining to you that I had to clear the snow. Actually, I have pictures. I'll try to see if I can find it, and I'll send to the team here through Pankaj. He can post it there. But second thing is that it was a small community of Indian. I mean, there were quite a few Indians, Bangladeshi, Pakistani. But unlike when we are in India, we have no communication, nothing here. Bangladeshi, Indian, and Pakistani, we all have pretty much a exchange going on, like cultural. We go visit each other houses. You can become friends. You participate in each other events, marriages, and even to certain extent, even the marriage is happening also now, because the kids who are growing up in this country, they neither recognize that strongly the geographical difference of India, like India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Burma, all those things. They don't recognize. They don't even recognize here. So, Indian, Bangladeshi, and Pakistani kids, you can hit and on the wall that they may be marrying a white girl or white boys or black boys, black girls, or Hispanic, which is like Brinda's community, or your own Asian group, your own culture, or so basically, Indian kids are intermarrying in all four directions. So that is another observation I have seen over the year, and I wanted to share that how we have a strict division in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, but that division collapses when you come to the country like United States. And the third observation I wanted to make is that I went to a Bangladeshi function, like it was a your Bangladeshi Independence Day celebration.
Yeah.
So I attended that one, and then in that one they had invited MPs, member of parliament from the. So that was their lecture, and then of course food was same food, everything which we knew in Bihar, UP, nothing new, and dressing was of course the same sari, and gents have the same because nobody wears lungi in this part of the world. So gents are normally in the pants or kind of Indian dresses, which we see on the occasion of marriage and all that. People have a same dress. I see that Pakistani, Indian, or Bangladeshi wearing in kind of important social ceremonies. So gents will have that dress. They all were clad in that dress, and of course, ladies were clad in all in saris in Bangladeshi women. And what other thing I observed there is that how there was I was very happy to see that not everybody was Muslim. There were a lot of Hindu ladies and guys from Bangladesh, and then Muslims, of course, majority was there. And then very interestingly, they all the ladies were asking them to come for group pictures, and they would call them like uh, Hindu lady's name or Muslim lady's name, but at the end they would add Bhavi. So, for example,
Yeah.
it will be Rama Bhavi, a Hindu woman would be called Rama Bhavi. And say, for example, there is a Muslim woman they are calling to come on the stage, they will call, for example, I'm just making it up, Najia Bhavi, something like that. Something
Right.
like, yeah,
Right.
yeah. So it was I had a very good experience on that one, and I was very happy to attend that only one time, and they had parliamentarian there, and I could I can very easily, coming from Bihar, our language is Maithili. We can easily understand the Bengali. I understand very well Bengali. I may not be able to speak, but um, uh, my many friends like Malik ji, he lives there in Bengal, so he is fluent in Bengali. When he comes once in a while to discuss science, because he has been living there for many years in Calcutta. So this is it. What the my all this question is directed to. Nowadays, we are living where all these borders are collapsing, religious borders, geographical borders are collapsing. And you see that in the Europe, it happened now. You have a Europa or United Europe, right? Euro is the common currency, and then people can go and work in each other country, all the 30, 40 countries we have. And people are all kind of religions they have. They're also equally Hindu, you have Muslims, you have Christians, you have Christians has so many different denomination. I mean, uh, and but they are under one roof as a Europe, and they are able to work, and they keep their religious things separate. Uh, uh, it is a personal thing, and then business and commerce and industry and work is a completely different thing. And we see the same thing here in America. I mean, what is the secret of America becoming so successful that it has come up with a system that in the workplace you can be Hindu, Muslim, Christians, Parsi, whatever you are, from any country, India, China, all different countries. When it comes to work, we have a common standard, which we adopt, and then we have the common language, office language, and then based on that, everybody is working, contributing, and this country is number one in the world in economy. And I'm wondering that what can we learn from United Europe and this United States of America. I'm hoping that one day our religious fervor, which we have too much in India, we become more liberal like these two continents, where religion become kind of personal thing. It's not that you practice at home, whatever it is. You don't have to show off your religion to other people. You pray whatever you have to pray. You do whatever you have to do. I do what I have to do. But what it has to do my work environment or all that. But we should be, when it comes to business, work, universities, all that, we should be completely um, have a different hat, and we should contribute and work collectively. So I'm hoping that a day can come in the South Asia where all these different countries can figure it out, that hey, let's just bolster the common grounds, and common grounds sit your ancient roots, like language, the preservation of the culture. We all are proud of Indus Valley civilization. Uh, we all respect our ancient rivers, ancient mountains, those things. We identify ourselves with that. That's how the bigger unity comes in place. Same, this is what happened in Europe. Although they have so many differences, but they focused on the commonalities, and they kind of started highlighting that common heritage, and that's how they have developed so much. So thank you for this discussion. I guess now let's see if Brinda can. She has been listening for a long time. Maybe as an observer, she can comment on this discussion, which we had a cultural discussion right now.
Yes, yes, that would be better. She is waiting, I think.
No, it's okay for me. I still listen all type of topic. But yeah, actually, in American and continent American, it's a mix of cultures, and the people is not close. The people is so open mind, and accept all type of cultures. But yeah, in other country maybe it's a close, not accept all people. Maybe because it's a flight preserved to culture. But Mexico it's not a big, it's not a big culture with the religion. Actually, exists different religion. Christian religions have different denomination, and the similar for the Catholic religion have the Catholic is only one, but for Christian different denomination. But all religion are accept and respect to other person. But yes, it's a mixed culture here and other. Maybe USA is the same with Mexico. Accept all cultures.
Thank you, Brenda. Yeah, I mean, basically, this model, the American model, is going to now stay, and you will have more and more mixing of the international people. You will see that. Uh, I if I go to any time in the street, you will see very common sight here that a white will be walking with black, or a Spanish with Indian, or Indian with somebody African or Far Eastern people. I mean, they are marrying with each other, and religion is little private part of their lives. It is the common business, living, enjoying life is what binds everybody together. uh, you can have different religion, but people just have lunch, dinner, discussion, drinking, partying, social dancing, all these social activities, sports, they do it together. And so a very unique composite culture is developing in America, and that is what is the strength. Because what is happening is that every culture has their strength, and America kind of utilize the strength of each country. That whatever you have, you flourish, you find, you follow your religion, you do whatever, but bring good things, and you know. Uh, Add it in the economic activity of United States, intellectual activity of the United States, and make us move further up. And that is not possible if we are completely, because as we all know that uh, science is science and religion. There are so many things wrong in religion, and science is way advanced than religious, because the all the religions were pretty much discovered by, like, anywhere from 5,000 to say 1,500 years back, in the case of Islam, in that range. And that in that range of the society, as we were talking other day, pretty much society was agricultural, and actually what you call, what I wanted to say is that stagnant, like cultivation by ox, horses was common. People, if you have to go from one place to another place, horse wagon would be the common. Horse was the transport, no truck, right? If you fight the battle with each other or with each other country, all you need is arrows and bows and swords, and that's what you see in all culture. So when I look at that one, I see that society was completely frozen in a way. That period of society, I mean, 5,000 to 1,500, or but when the industrial revolution started in Britain and Europe, things started changing, and that revolution is continuing right now, and it is forcing us to break the old habits and old rules. For example, if we tell anybody that Earth is flat, they will laugh at us. But most of our religions, they teach us that one. In Christianity is the same thing, Islam is the same thing, more or less. Even Hinduism has also similar thoughts. Nobody is going to buy that one, that Earth is flat. So just giving one example, we all know that there is a great controversy on the creation. Every religion has their own theory, or you can call ideology, of how the things are created. But science has a completely different one, and which doesn't agree with any of them. So science has we have to science is that something which it can say something, and it can prove it is what it is. It can tell you that hydrogen plus oxygen then reacts, then water is made. But we took us very long time to understand that one. We always knew that we breathe air, but we didn't know for we have known only, let's call it, in maybe after the industrial revolution, that what we breathe is the oxygen. We always called it that we are breathing air. uh, we are not very exact what we are breathing, right? Similarly, medical science, we don't even know our body. Now we know our body very well. Doctors can have so. we are way more advanced than our forefather about say 1500 years back, whatever they were. Their knowledge was, many times I hear that the religious people would tell us that, oh, they were so advanced in their. I said yes, they were advanced for their age, but now 1500 or 2000 years has gone up. We have known a lot more natural laws than what they had discovered. So we are more advanced than them, and similarly, our next generation will be more advanced than us. So it's wrong to say that civilization has stopped progressing, and what we know is all the best knowledge is with us. We know the best knowledge of the society, and now we freeze the society. I guess, Pankaj, it's time to you guys to go, right? It's 10 o'clock in my time.
Yes, sir. Now 7:30 approx.
Yeah. All right. So it's a very nice discussion. Thank you, everybody. We'll chat some other day again.
Sure, sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you for
Bye.
discussing with us. Actually,
Yeah. Thank you.
we have gathered here to learn, polish our English. So
Yeah,
it
we
is
learn from each other, right? That's what the objective is. The whole idea is that we don't only speak English here, but we learn on other subjects.
other subject also.
And we will talk some other day. I want to know more about that linguistic movement because we are facing the similar problem in Bihar right now. You know, in Bihar, where we come from, most of us, myself, Pankaj, the Bihar government has been trying for last 30, 40 years to push Hindi on us. And in the local language, especially in many part of Bihar, is Maithili, and Maithili is very close to Bengali. In fact, our writing, it was pretty much the same. We have under the pressure of the Hindi walas, we gave up our writing. We used to write just like you guys. Bengali, we used to call Mithilakshar, and you guys call it Bangalakshar, but they are identical in the script. And then but now they are saying that they are trying to reduce Mathli language to almost to zero, just like the Pakistani government was trying to do. So they don't want to teach through the primary school. You cannot even take exams like um, for the government job in that language. You have to take in Hindi. And what is happening is that people of our areas, they don't know Hindi very well, so it is a second language, just like English is for you, or Spanish is for you. Same thing for Maithili speaking people, Hindi is. And now they are forced to take all the exams in Hindi because they don't want to give them chance to take all these exams and study in Maithili medium. So there's a big fight going on. So we want to learn from your experience. So maybe one time you do a little study of 1952 movement. I want to hear the whole background if possible. You can send me email. Pankaj has my email also. If you come up with any presentation or English book online, I want to read about them a little bit more. Thank you.
Okay, thank
Thank
you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
you.